Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia and I'm obsessed with stickers and planning, so if you are too, you're in the right place. My channel is full of plan with me's, sticker hauls, and other planning videos. All of my videos have timestamps in the description so you can skip around to different sections and to different shops in my hauls. And if this is your 20th time listening to this intro, you can go ahead and skip this too. All my social media links, including Instagram, are in the description, as well as all the supplies I use and notes about each video. The planner I'm currently using is my standard size vertical planner, which I use for decorative memory planning. I also just want to add a couple quick notes about me since I don't always remember to go into detail in my videos, and for new viewers it can be confusing. So when I mention work, I'm referring mostly to my bookkeeping position at a grocery store, and when I mention Anastasia, or Anna for short, she is my pet ball python. So let's go ahead and get started with this video, and I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be filming a plan with me for the week of January 10th through the 16th. This was the week that I finally watched the Harry Potter 20th anniversary special that everybody seems to have been enjoying lately, everybody who watches Harry Potter. So naturally I wanted to use a Harry Potter kit, and I originally was going to use another foil bundle with this kit, which is why I chose the one that I did, which is Muggle Magic by Glam Planner. Because I had a tall box overlay with it, and the only Harry Potter kit that I had that had a tall box was this one, even though it was a Glam Planner size tall box, which was not the same size as the overlay that I had, but I decided I was going to cut it. However, funny story, I actually lost that foil bundle briefly enough for me to be like, okay, well, I have to think about other options now, so I decided it would be the perfect time to start creating Harry Potter foil set as my next custom foil set. It was either going to be that or winter. I still don't know whether I'm actually going to do the winter one, because I do have to use a winter kit for the last week in real life, but I don't know, I might have enough foil to where I don't have to do that. We will see, but yeah, I was really thinking that copper, or I guess bronze foil is what I have, I think, would go really well with this kit, because it has a lot of browns in it, and so that was kind of my plan with that. And it just was an opportunity to make a foil set that I knew would be super popular, because the last two that I made were really niche, and I don't think too many people would have been able to use it. But I figured that this next one would get a lot more interest, and I think I was right about that. So I also took this opportunity to make a lot more for this foil set than I had made in the previous two sets, so there's a lot of new stuff here that is very exciting, and a lot of it is Glam Planner specific too, because previously I've only made foil sets for Scribble Prints Co. kits, and Glam Planner kits have a lot of a different format and different sized kit elements than other kits in general. Like Elle's tall boxes are shorter. She has the double boxes, and she has the triplicated bottom washi as opposed to like two 15mm strips, or one, I think 30 or even up to like 38mm, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure, maybe it's 34. But yeah, so that's different, and I think oh yeah, her page flags are shorter as well, so I had to adjust quite a bit for that. So now I am at least able to, well, I have templates for both kits pretty much. There are some elements that are the same, like the third boxes and half boxes I think are the same, and the stroke is the same, but at least now I kind of have templates for all kinds of elements for both formats, both kit formats. And I think that will encompass pretty much all other kit formats out there. Like there are other kits, other kit formats that include the big box right here, and I think some of the other elements are unique to Glam Planner, like the sizing of the tall box, the tall fashion girl, and the triplicated bottom washi. I think those are unique to Glam Planner, but still, they're two very common formats of kits in the planner world, so at least I have those down, and I can kind of offer options in my foil sets for both. Like I can offer two sizes of full box, not full, tall box overlays, you know, depending on which kit you're going to use for that specific theme. Although, keep in mind, I am going to keep selling these as I make them, but these foil sets that I make are specifically made for kits. So I'll try to offer like generic options of some of these things, but the fun part about it for me is customizing these elements to go over very specific clip art and boxes in these kits that are already present. That's what I really enjoy about it, and I think it looks even cooler when it's put down. However, that does make it less widely versatile for other kits, but I will try to offer both and see how that goes and see what the interest level is for that. So let's actually get into the foil because there's a lot to discuss with that. I don't really know why I need this plan in their background right now, but it's just sitting there. Alright, so bougie boxes. I only needed 20 because I'm not using a ton of bougie because I'm trying to fit in a ton more full boxes because this kit came with like extra full boxes and there's just a lot to work with, and you know me, I have to use every single one. Like I literally plan the whole week around that. So this week was more full boxes, less activities, so I only needed 20. That was a really long explanation for something that literally does not matter, but here are the bougie boxes. I decided to go with 4 main elements as like the themed parts of this foil set. So it was originally going to be 3. It was going to be the Harry Potter glasses, the Deathly Hallows symbol, and then the lightning bolt. And then I added in the snitch last minute. It was kind of hard to get like an image to use for that, so I took one and I had to like heavily edit it to get it to be like just a solid outline. But I think I did a good job. I think I chose a good image too. So those are the 4 elements that you will see throughout, and then I did some of the dot deco in between all of those just to make it as busy as possible because that's what I like. So there's that, and then we have our flags over here. Again, for the flags, I'm trying to make the images in them a little bit bigger so you can see them better. I just feel like that looks better on flags. So here's the actual cutout image, what you will see. So some of the stuff is cut off, but like that's kind of intentional. And then on here I just had room to fit in the 15mm strip. So and I did formulate the washi overlays to go over these specific washi patterns that we have here. So for this glitter one, usually Elle does a like just, you know, really tiny glitter confetti foil overlay for those. So I just did my confetti, like general confetti pattern, which I use for one of the headers, and you can actually see that peeking out here. I just made it a little bit bigger to use for the 5mm strip here. And then you'll see what I did for the 10mm in a second. But for the 15, I decided that like a really big solid image would look good, and of course I had to alternate it. Originally this was like the only place in the spread I was going to pull in the owls, but then I made little deco pieces out of them as well because I just thought it would be fun to have them flying around the spread. I just think flying elements are like so useful in spreads because you can stick them, you know, kind of anywhere in the full boxes and it makes sense. This is the kind of stuff that I think about, all the kind of details that I want to work with. So yeah, I brought the owls in, although you will not really see them in many other places, and also the Quidditch hoops. This is the only place you will see those as well. I just thought it was like a really cool kind of layout. Like they kind of fit in with each other really well, the shapes of the owl silhouette and then the Quidditch hoops. Originally I was just like, well, that's kind of just a fun thing to have, but now I think it looks really good. So I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of all of this, but so that was for the 15mm. It's gonna go over that. And this is like a fun new thing that I did. So I added or I like kind of quadrupled the different types of garland and swoops that I am now offering in this set and all sets going forward. So there's a lot more, and I'll explain the others as we get to them, but this is garland. So there is going to be top garland now that just, you know, it looks exactly like this. I did make a full box size. This is actually like 6-inch garland in 2 different sizes. There's the bigger size and the smaller size, and I just kind of thought it would be fun to put this in the top deco section above the date covers. So I kind of made it, you know, long enough to go across the whole top pretty much. Like I think it's probably gonna go behind the page flags I don't think it will look good in front of it, so you should probably tuck it in behind the paint flags if you use those up there like I do. But it can also be trimmed, you know, however you want, kind of. So I made a smaller one just in case, like, I'm using bigger deco and, you know, I want it to be more subtle. But then there's the bigger option too. I actually haven't even looked at the deco in this kit yet, so I don't know which one I'm gonna do. Actually, I only printed off these two though, so I'm gonna use one on one side and then one on the other side. So I mean, I'll get to use both anyway and kind of see how they look. This is kind of an experimentation spread for me, trying out all my new stuff. And the cut lines on these are pretty ouchy. Sometimes my silhouette was having a good day and sometimes it was having a bad day. I mean, you can barely tell. So I'm gonna use these for myself anyway because I personally don't care. Like, it's gonna be really hard to tell in the final version. But yeah, if you buy these from me, your versions will have a little bit better cut lines. But again, I'm not going to guarantee perfection because also they're, you know, clear overlays. Like, it does not matter that much. As long as it doesn't cut through the design, it's usable in my opinion. I'm not going to throw out like a whole good sticker just for that. So yeah, that's a fun new idea that I had. I actually think this has been done before by Sadie Stickers. I get a lot of ideas from Sadie Stickers. And sometimes I get ideas and then I notice later that she's done them, but I mean, it's just a foil element, like, it's not copyrighted. But yeah, you can also find this type of sticker in Sadie's Sticker Shop if you're interested in that. I feel like I heard that she's transitioning only to transparent matte paper instead of clear transparent, which is what I use. And, you know, glossy, wait, did I not say glossy? Just say clear transparent? Clear glossy is what I use, and glossy looks better over glossy stickers like this. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that clear matte stickers do not look as good over glossy. I tried it. I started out with that. It was not as good, so I switched back to this. So yeah, super long explanation for only the first page, which has like 3 different things on it. So let's go ahead and get into the exciting stuff for the next page. Okay, so for this page, some very exciting stuff is on here. I'm just going to go ahead and explain those first because otherwise you're just going to be wondering what they are. First of all, I have 2 extra bougie boxes here. Actually, no, that does, okay, yeah, so this isn't 20 on this page, and you'll see why in a second. I have 2 more normal bougie boxes, and then I have 3 technically special underlays. I guess I should keep calling them underlays because I don't think they're technically bougie in the way that y'all know that term. But yeah, so I kind of have been sneaking that I designed 2 new types of underlays, and I don't think anybody really kind of understood what I meant by that. There's not just different designs, it's underlays that are meant to go under specific types of boxes and labels and things. So these are the 2 ideas that I had. This one you can kind of clearly tell by the shape of what is not there, what is meant to go over it. So this is an underlay specifically for a movie marquee, and it is sized, this one is sized for the Glam Planner movie marquees. I did kind of measure it and get the right shape, and I overlaid it a little bit just as a tester, and I think it does work pretty well. The only reason I made this pretty much is because whenever I use movie marquees, I feel like this space above them is like a space where I want to see more. I don't want to see just a plain bougie pattern. I want to see something more exciting, and I've thought that that's kind of a missed opportunity in the past. So I just kind of wanted to make it so that there could be a little more something to draw your eye to that space and just enhance some features of the underlay design. I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. So I might, you know, do different things in the future. I already have ideas for what I want the winter one to be. But for this one, I just did lightning bolts. That was kind of my go-to for experimentation with this foil set, was just see what I can do with the lightning bolts. So we have them stretching out from behind that movie marquee as just kind of another way to like draw your eyes in towards it. And yeah, I didn't really need to leave this place blank, but I don't know, I just thought it would be easier to like line it up if the space was blank. And also there's some at the bottom so that you can have that peeking out from underneath it, because I don't usually like to line it up at the very bottom of the bougie box. I usually like to bring it up a little bit, so that's where I would place it. And I always place mine at the bottom of the box. I never place it like at the top, so that's why this looks the way it is. But in the future I might like move it around and see where else we want to put it. But that's my idea with that. I'm kind of excited to put it down and see how well it turns out. So that is our movie marquee underlay. And yeah, I also wanted to do it because I wanted to bring in the extra confetti from the top section. I wanted to kind of blend that seamlessly in with the movie marquee design, which is why it's all in one underlay. And the same thing for this next one, which, as you can tell, is a mandala underlay. The mandala is built into the underlay because that is something that I have kind of been struggling with, because I love mandalas. I love the look of them, but they are pretty hard to use with this specific style of underlay. With normal bougie boxes that are just like, you know, really faint confetti dots, it's fine to overlay something like this because it will go over it and it won't get lost in it. Like, it won't obscure any designs. But with these kind of bougie boxes or underlays, you can't do that at all. It's going to all model together and probably look pretty bad. So I decided, well, the way to get around that is to just bake it right into the underlay. Just include it all as one piece. So that is what I did. And another problem I've had with mandalas in the past is that they are either like too big, and so like parts of the design get obscured by, you know, the next box that I want to put in there. Well, actually, that's really the only thing, is that it's just, you know, they're usually too big and not sized correctly. So I wanted to size this one specifically for one type of arrangement that I do, which is like third box, fancy label, and then little thing. So every time I have that arrangement, I can pull this in, and I did size it perfectly so that, you know, you can put your third box here, your fancy label here, and it will like come up right to the edge of the mandala, and then you can use a little thing on top of the mandala, which is how I like to use it. And so my thought was that I would put it kind of towards the bottom, so that would obscure, you know, the less interesting parts of the design, and you'd be able to see like this part poking out at the top. So I kind of had fun with that too, the radial symmetry here. So we have the lightning bolts, Harry Potter glasses, and then the Deathly Hallows symbol, and then the little snitches framing the Deathly Hallows. So kind of had a little bit of fun with that. And then again, I wanted to just bring in the confetti to seamlessly blend it. So I'm excited to put that down and see how well that works as well. I think in kits that have like the really skinny, like short little things that you can like maybe write a really, you know, tiny phrase in. Well, with my like really, you know, short in height writing, I feel like it would be pretty easy to utilize those, but I feel like those might be the better choice for this particular underlay because you'll be able to see more of the mandala behind it. But like Squirrel Prince Co. has those types of like skinny little things. I don't know if her new format's going to have them. I hope so. I know she's adding more of the taller ones, but I hope she still keeps the really skinny ones, because that would be a great opportunity for this type of underlay. So I'm going to experiment with that and kind of maybe tweak it a little bit and see what I want to do with that. Maybe I will make it bigger and then just only use it for like a third box up here and then a little thing, but then just like have this be really big. So we'll see. I might play around with that, but this was kind of my idea to solve that problem. So I am going to be using one movie marquee underlay because I'm only actually using one movie marquee for this kit, for the spread. And then I have two of the mandalas that I wanted to use. So, and then we have our full box like confetti overlays. I made it a lot bigger by accident. I didn't use the other one that I had used as a template. I just kind of started from scratch. So it is a little bit bigger, but I think it's still going to be a good size. The confetti dots are definitely bigger, but I feel like it still doesn't take up that much space on the actual box. So I think it'll still be okay. But yeah, the confetti's a lot sparser, which I think is fine. I think this is how like more standard confetti like full box overlays look. And I kind of did want to move more into the standard. I just happened to do so by accident this time, but I feel like that's kind of the look that I want to achieve. So this collection only has 4 corner overlays and 3 corner. It doesn't have 2 corner like the last one because I took a look at all the full boxes and decided I didn't need any 2 corners, but I did want some 3 corners. There were a lot of full boxes that would look better with 3 corner overlays. Like the top right, like the artist really seemed to want to put like more intricate stuff in the top right, and so like there and there, so that's why these are 3 corner overlays, and they're all in the exact same orientation too, I've noticed. So I did kind of annotate these already. See, like there's a 4 and then there's a 3 because there's like there's like a bookshelf up there. I don't want to cover that up, so it's going to be another 3-corner. So that kind of worked best for this one, although I mean, I'm going to offer 2-corner because obviously it's super easy to just erase that, and then you got your 2-corner. So that's my plan for that. And then here, like I said, we have the 5mm, hang on, I think it's supposed to go this way. Yep, the 5mm overlay. Then up here we have some swoops. So in addition to the normal sized swoops that I already had, which are that one and that one, I think these are just like basic swoops. These are not like Harry Potter specific swoops. I did include a few of those later in the kit, but I just wanted to include some generic ones because they're a lot easier to work with. So instead of just the ones that are like the most classic size, we also have ones that are meant to go like a little bit closer to the left edge, like that kind of shape, which is what these are. We have 3 different sizes of those. And then we have ones that are supposed to go closer to the top. So instead of just like this standard pattern, we have some that are skinnier this way and some that are skinnier this way. And that's what these are right here. So we have 3 sizes of those as well. And each of them has options that face the other way. And then we have the top garland as well. Same design as on the first page and 2 different sizes of each. And then I included some mini cluster deco that I originally wasn't, but I was like, that would be too cute. I can't pass it up. So I did the little snitch cluster deco, 2 sizes, although they're pretty similar in size. And then 2 orientations, left and right. And then I just threw in a little lightning bolt one as well, just for funsies. So that is there, and that is that page. And next we have one last full page, and then we got some little bits and pieces hanging about. So this is our page with our deco. I accidentally made the deco really big, but I feel like that's kind of standard. The smaller deco is, I did like measure it against the previous one, but it just looks bigger for some reason. But yeah, we have our big deco. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it all in, but I kind of just included a lot so I could pick and choose. And then we have some smaller deco. I love the little snitches. They're going to be flying around. I just had room to fit more cluster deco, so that's there. Oh, and then I included little Harry Potter guys because my plan, actually I'll tell you in a second, but I had a plan for those guys. Just little guys on a broom. And then, oh yeah, we have the dividers over here. So in addition to our symbol line dividers, I just threw in a few of the left, middle, and right design ones. I didn't do like too much variation because I didn't want to like make it too complicated on myself for no reason. But I did make a couple fun ones. So just the lightning bolt pattern and then the snitch pattern. And then I just threw in some wand outlines as well as little dividers because I thought that would be fun. So here we have our 3 header designs. We have the alternating snitch and deathly hallows. We have the round glasses and lightning bolts. And then we have the just generic confetti pattern. So that's what those are. We got our double box scene right here. I did formulate this specifically to go over the double box scene in the kit. I'm really impressed with how well I managed to guess about the locations of these like confetti clusters and the snitch. Like, it took a lot of guesswork, and I did kind of overlay it to test it out, but like once you see it laid down, I feel like it's gonna be really bomb. But yeah, I'm excited about putting that down. But yeah, that's another thing where it's like this double box scene is not necessarily going to be able to go with any kit because it's made for this specific one. So I can probably just like delete these elements and then offer it as a double box scene, and I will do that, but I will have this as an option if you're using this kit or if you just want to use it anyway. And then we have our tall box overlay, which does look a lot like the confetti of the full box overlays, and these 3 parts are. This part I did size the Deathly Hallows symbol to be a little bit bigger because I kind of wanted it to look like a tattoo on the girl's thigh right here. Like I kind of looked at that and I was like, let's make it a little bigger. So I am using the one on the very right, but yeah, you can see it's like perfectly sized and spaced to look like a tattoo on her leg without going into the pants as well, or the shorts. So that was my plan with that. And then we have our double box overlay. Very excited to use that. And I did kind of have fun with throwing some extra confetti clusters so that they would show up in various places over the design, and I think it's going to look good. So right there I had to kind of guesstimate about where it would go around the chimney, and I think I did a good job. And I just wanted some in the front yard grass as well, just to brighten it up. And I was also thinking I could use some like bigger deco down there if I wanted to as well, like in this space like around the walkway. And then my idea for this was I was going to try to use the Harry Potter guys just flying around on top of this box too, because it seems like it needs some deco kind of in the middle area. So we might throw in some flying wizards, we might throw in some snitches that they are chasing, and we might throw in some owls, which you will see later. Oh yeah, no, they're just right here. I forgot. I was like, where are they? They're on literally the page I'm looking at. I made a ton because I just had a room to fill in this whole space with owls. So there's a bunch of bronze owls. But yeah, I might throw in some little tiny owls flying around there as well. A lot of flying things are going to go in the double box, I think. So that is that, and then this is the 10 millimeter. So I kind of went crazy with this. I know that a lot of other shops like Sadie Stickers, I feel like Letters to Apollo, Nicole Lexia Designs, they all kind of really love to do the swoop and garland thing as well, which is where I get my inspiration from, and the dangle bits as well. And they have started like just doing full connected pieces just to make it easy for you. And I thought, well, why don't I just do that with the 10 millimeter, because it's like literally a brick wall. Like, how perfect would some swoops and dangles be over that space? So I wasn't going to do it over here because it would be too busy because there's already string lights, and that's kind of why there's so much swoop and garland action in this foil set, is because there's so many string lights in the art. But I thought it would be perfect to just try it all built in as one piece for that particular overlay, and I think it's going to look really good. Somehow this cut perfectly, I don't even know. It's magic, but appropriately. But yeah, I wasn't originally going to include the dangles because I thought it's like too much work. I'm just going to put them all on there later, like from the dangles that I'm already printing out, but the ones I printed out were like really big, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna have to resize them smaller and just like, again, bake them into the original overlay just to, you know, just to have it be perfect. So I did. So that's a preview of the dangles that you'll be seeing, and oh my god, this arrangement was so hard of like getting all of these dangles, but I think I did a decent job. Like, there's definitely room for improvement. Like, this particular corner like is a little bit busy for my liking, but it's a start. It's a start. And then the last thing I didn't explain on this page was these, which are simple line border overlays for third boxes. I do have a half box size. I have it printed but not foiled, but it's basically just the same thing, just a little bit taller. But yeah, these are meant to go over like where the glitter stroke would be on third boxes. Like, let me just grab one and show you. These Glam Planner kits or boxes do not have glitter strokes. I think SBC does them, but basically just the area where the colored stroke border meets the white, it's meant to cover up that area. So I'm just gonna throw those in just for fun. So yeah, my options to decorate that area are either to use a divider, which is what I like to do. I like to use that at the top and sometimes the bottom, or I could just throw a stroke on there. And my intention is to like make these strokes more complicated and fancy, and like include maybe include a little snitch like built into the top corner, just dress them up a little bit. I just wanted to, you know, try them out for now and see if the sizing's right, see how it looks, see what I want to do with that. But you know, there's some experimentation, there's some room for that there. So that is the third page. Then we have the little half page. I did do an extra four corner overlay because I think one of mine didn't foil properly on this page. I'm not going to try to find it right now, but one of them like didn't foil properly, so I just printed out an extra, which thankfully did foil properly. We have some more generic swoops because I was just worried about running out because apparently I use a ton. And then we have our Harry Potter themed swoops right here. I didn't do a ton because I figured these elements are pretty big. It's going to be kind of hard to overlay a ton of those over each other. So we just have a few different designs. We have a few little tiny lightning bolts, snitches, Deathly Hallows symbols, and then I included the glasses right there as well. So there's just some of those. And then the dangles. I included some more really long dangles. These were not in the previous set. These are new, is the really long ones. I just included, you know, a couple to play around with. And then I did some more like on the shorter size as well. Or yeah, because I feel like those are a lot easier to use. You could of course cut these to be shorter, but I just wanted to have some that were already short, just for my own convenience. So there's that, and there's the same kind of designs as last time that I did for this one as well. So there's that. I did of course print out my tiny bows and tiny deco. I don't even think I did this for the previous set. I think I just kind of included those in these, but yeah, these are add-on sheets that are available for purchase with my collections currently. So you can get a whole sheet of tiny bows, whole sheet of tiny deco, and like cluster deco, in whatever foil color you would like. So you can get one that matches your set and just, you know, save the rest for future uses of that foil color. Oh yeah, I also printed out an extra page of dividers because I figured that the amount I had was not really enough. And I was going to mirror the image so I would have these facing like the other way on the other side, but I forgot to do that because I'm a dum-dum. So, oopsie, and I also forgot to include the date dots as well on the original sheets, so I just kind of threw this in with some other stuff that I was experimenting with printing. I always do 2 sets just in case one doesn't foil properly, and yeah, that 14 is looking a little bit too filled in for my liking, so I'm going to use that 14 right there. So yeah, always do 2 copies if you can. Alright, and then just some other things I sneaked on Instagram that I'm just kind of going to use for my own experimentation in this spread, if I remember to use them, are the 2 types of fancy labels that I have, the foiled fancy labels. These are in premium matte. These are my first venture into premium matte, although I have quite a few things printed on premium matte now that are foiled. This is kind of an oops, which is why I'm using it. I'm just going to put like a doodle over that part, but this is the like simple line border for the fancy label, so it's not like the whole stroke is filled in, it's just a line. I love that. I think these are definitely things that are purchasable from other shops for sure, but I wanted to do it too because, you know, I think it's fun. And then we have the solid border right there, so the whole thing's filled in. These are really hard to cut because my Silhouette likes to cut slightly up or slightly down depending on its mood, and yeah, these are fine if it varies from side to side, but up and down it's pretty hard to get right. So I definitely have a lot of oopses that I'm just going to use myself, but yep, there's some bronze ones. And I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so there's 4 and then one of those. And then I added these to my like experimentation sheet that this was printed on, and I forgot that I was doing this on clear, so I accidentally made clear versions of the same types of stickers. So these are overlays, and I will use them as such. I'm thinking I'm going to put these down on the fancy labels that are already included, which actually might be fun. But I mean, my intention was to use these dividers in the exact spaces over the fancy labels that were included and just make my own. But these are kind of easier because they're all in one. So, I mean, I guess, but then you have to choose whether you want to write first or write on top of it, or use a script first, use a script on top. I'm probably just going to put these down first and then use a character and then use a script on top. I'm only going to use these with scripts because I don't want to have the pressure of dealing with handwriting with these as well. And then same for this solid one. I don't even necessarily want to use these because these are gonna like cover up the whole design, and they're also very malcut, so they're gonna cover up the whole design badly, so I'm probably just gonna toss those. But these are fun, so those are accidental, but I'm still gonna use them. Alright, so that is everything for this foil set. I do have more ideas on future foiled elements for future sets. I didn't use everything for this set. I did decide to save some for future sets. Some of it already is printed though. I'm just not going to sneak that quite yet. I will tell you that I accidentally just like threw my fancy labels page off of the desk, but I do have versions of those that are like half boxes and third boxes, square boxes and square thirds. So I have all 4 of those sizes as foiled elements as well on premium matte paper, and weekend banners. So yep, those are going to happen along with other stuff in the future. So I know this has been a super long intro. I'm trying to like reduce them, but this is also kind of like a new releases video kind of mixed in. So oh well, surprise. You can skip this if you don't care about what, in my opinion, is the most exciting part of the spread. I mean, you can do whatever you want with my videos, but yeah, just know that in the future, whenever I do a foil set, the intro is probably going to be super long while I explain to you each element and the reasoning behind it, because I'm very proud of it. So, I'm going to go ahead and lay it all down, see how well I did with guesstimating where things are going. I might put down some of the like swoops and overlays and stuff, but I will probably save a lot towards the end because I like to put them in around my handwriting and kind of do all that in the deco at the same time. So I'll put down some now and then some you will see at the very end. So don't be surprised if like you see something's missing and you're like, when are you going to use that? Because I will use it at the end. So yeah, I will see you on the other side for the day by day. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the day by day. So firstly on Monday, I'm starting off by marking work with a new munchkin that I haven't used to mark work before. I think I got this on a freebie, so I only have the one, but I did work extra late to cover my closer who called out that day. I think she was still sick, but yeah, so I had to work an extra hour or two later than usual. So yep, that munchkin falling asleep at the desk, that was me. Well, that's me all the time. Like, I wake up at 5 in the morning for work. I am sleeping any extra second I can get during my shift. But yep, so that was that. And next we have what character is that? Kisma from Glam Planner, to mark that I was sad. I was having a sad morning. Obviously I was still sad about the whole situation with my boyfriend. We had not repaired it quite yet. That's the day after that, but yeah, it was a rough morning. And however, I did have an apple fritter at work, so that made me feel a little better. Love those stickers from Beneath Creations. And then I marked just having a bad day in general with an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. That sheet was like, I think, bad day in general. It was like a Friday the 13th, like everything's going wrong kind of sheet. So that's an emoji like looking at a broken glass on the floor, which, yep, bad day. Anyways, I used the half box to mark that I read the book in the Redwall series that I was on, which was Marl Fox. And I marked that with a Papershire stack of books with coffee on top. And I like it because the tan book in the middle kind of matches the browns of the spread. Looks kind of nice there. And then when I came home that day, I played some of my favorite tower defense game on my computer, which is Mushroom Farm Evolution. I actually stopped playing it for like a couple weeks after that, and then I just played it again yesterday. And unfortunately, my computer like lost all the data that I had for the first 9 levels. There was only 10 levels, and I had gotten up to level 9, and I got stuck because I couldn't pass it. But I had to start all over, which I'm not mad about because I just love that game so much. I'm happy to play it all the way over again, especially now that I know the tricks to beating the first 9 levels, or the first 8 levels, because I'm stuck on 9. But yeah, I didn't know those before. So now I get to do it all over again, like the easy way. So I don't know, it's kind of fun. So after that, the sticker that I used to mark that is a vanilla from Papershire, one of the freebie printables. I was glad to find a mushroom sticker in there that I could use for that. Although I just realized that I have like computer game stickers that I don't use, so I should use those too. Anyways, I also placed an Amazon order. That bear sticker is from Happy Dea. I got an Amazon delivery that day. You can tell I'm obsessed with Amazon. That is a munchkin from Once More Love. I did some filming. I filmed the giveaway that I just did. The winner has been chosen, by the way, and it's all been delivered and everything. But yeah, that filming clapper is from Hazel Sticker. I had a dream that night that was like really prophetic. I feel like, I think it was involving my relationship. I'm not sure, but like it was very, very realistic, and I don't know, it made me feel some type of way when I woke up. But I don't know, I feel like dreams are important like that. So thankfully I had this sticker from Once More with Love from a freebie to mark that. And then I also decided to be productive that night because that's what I do when I'm upset, to take my mind off things. I work really hard. So I redesigned my logo from scratch that night pretty much so that every part of it was, I was able to use it without infringing on any copyrights. So thankfully that is taken care of, and I like the new look better. It's almost the same look. A lot of it already was copyright free, but now it's just more so. Anyways, I used a girl from Anima Creations on the computer for that. And then going into Tuesday, I marked work with a character from a Sweet Ava's paper. And then I marked being sad again with an emoji head from Once More with Love. And then reading, marked that with a stack of books from Papershare, also a freebie printable. I use so many of those. I didn't even realize how many I used until pretty much the spread, because I'm just looking and I just see them everywhere. Like the mushroom vanilla is everywhere, that stack of books. The sticker I put down right after that for marking Super Mario Galaxy is a freebie printable, so I can finally use Galaxy specific stickers for that. And then I use a DS later in the week that was a printable as well, and another Galaxy sticker. There's just so much. I love her freebie printables, and I love that I can print them out now in good quality. But yeah, I used a rock mushroom to mark Galaxy, and then I played some Diner Dash on my 3DS, which actually looks just like that red. I think that's just a normal red DS, but I have a 3DS. Anyways, that sticker is also from Papershire. She's the only one I know who has Nintendo DS stickers, and not just one but two different types, so you'll see both of those in this spread. But yeah, I remember when Diner Dash was a big phase that everybody went through years and years ago, when computer games were just starting to get really popular. Everybody's mom was playing those Diner Dash type games and stuff, I feel and then I got into it. Anyways, I just remember that I have it from my DS, and I've been getting into playing that again, so that's that. I edited the giveaway. That is an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then that's the night that my boyfriend came over and we made up. So we are back together. We did talk about stuff, and we are just moving forward. And like I said, that's kind of just how we do it. I've realized that's how he is, and I'm fine with that. So here we are. It's all good. So there's a sleepover sticker from Whimsical Cat Studio, and as you can see, I did try to put down the border, simple line border foiled piece that I had made. It's a little bit big. I don't know how it's so big because I measure everything out so perfectly, but there was a lot in this foil set that was mismeasured, and I think that's because of rounding up or rounding down. It's really hard to get everything perfect when you're using just a ruler, but yeah, so I'm gonna have to make some adjustments before I start listing the stuff for sale, but hopefully I can get those simple line borders right, because that's just a really fun sticker I feel to use. So I kind of had to do some sticker surgery for the ones that I used in the spread. So Wednesday, I marked work with a munchkin from Once More with Love. I was really tired that day because of how late we had stayed up the previous night. Just talking about stuff, and that Pandaru is from Happy Dea. Had another apple fritter at work, so that was wonderful. I read some more. That book is from Pumpkin Paper Co. Actually, I was reading during my lunch break, so I mark work and reading pretty much Sunday through Thursday, and then Sunday again, obviously. But yeah. So I got Happy Mail that day. I actually wrote down what Happy Mail it was for once in my life. It was from Anima Creations that day. So I used this box sticker that I had lying around. The colors matched the kit. And then I filmed a haul that day, so I left room for myself to write in a haul. But yeah, I used a kind of orange filming camera from Happy Dea. I'm using all my new stickers lately. It's so fun. But yeah, so I also recorded a voiceover as well of using those stickers from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I packaged up the giveaway prize, all of the little paper scraps, put them all together. So that packaging orders stickers from Fox and Cactus. Hopefully I'll be able to use that more often lately. Or in the future rather. So I marked more Mushroom Farm Revolution, and moving into Thursday, I marked work with another Sweet Ibis paper character, that is Pumpkin the Calico Kitty. I also marked reading after that. I honestly forget where that book sticker is from. I know it's from a freebie. I want to say Carly Plans, but I could be wrong about that. Not too sure. Anyways, I like it. I like how when I decorate it at the end, I can put little sparkles in there. So, yeah, more reading and then planning. I got to use the planner from the kit, so it matched, which I love. Decorated that with a snitch later. So I did some pre-planning at work is what that means, basically. I marked planning and filming separately. But I marked more Diner Dash again. See, that is the other Nintendo DS sticker. That's the freebie printable from Papershire, and that one is pink, which is the one that I used to have. I started off with the pink Nintendo DS. I got a Nintendo DSi after that, which was white. And that one had like a camera, which was super cool. And then I got the Nintendo 3DS. And then I got the Wii. I actually skipped the Wii U. I never had the Wii U, but my friend did. And then now I have the Nintendo Switch. So I've had a lot. I mean, I'd never had the 64 either, but I've had quite a few. Anyways, later that day I marked a grocery run. It had to do the same sticker surgery thing for the line border. But yeah, that's that ferret character from Happy Day that I can never remember what type of animal he is. But yeah, I'm just using those up to mark groceries. Marked more Galaxy with another freebie printable. I just made a whole sheet of like all of her Galaxy doodles. There was like 8 of them. There's a lot, which I love because that's the game I'm playing. So now I can mark it all kinds of different ways. But yeah, I had ramen, so that's my script that is basically the exact same as my handwriting, which I'm going to try to use more of. And then that brand new ramen sticker from Crafty Planner Co., the shop that I PR for. Again, you can use the code Alicia15 for 15% off, or put my name in the comments if there is another sale going on and you'll get my freebie. But yeah, I just love that ramen sticker. I actually requested her to make that. She's made quite a few of my requests so far. I love it. Such a great ramen sticker. It's like, love the shading and the lighting and everything and the detail. It's so great and such a good size. So I also did laundry that day. That dog is from Crating & Co. I redesigned my website, which is funny because I am currently in the process of redesigning it like even more differently right now. Like, it's a major upgrade, but I kind of got a head start on like what I wanted it to look like before. So that's that. And then I finally got to, well, actually I had done it previously, but I figured out a better way to use the mandala underlay, and trimmed a little thing to make it even smaller so that more of the underlay would show behind it. And I think it does look a little bit better. And that I used to mark calling my boyfriend. And that is an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. for that. He like calls me all the time, like, hoo-wee. Like, I'm not traditionally a calling person, and I've said this in my previous video, I think, but he is the kind of person to like just be on the phone with me pretty much the whole day that he's not doing stuff. Like, he'll call me every single one of his breaks at work, all 3 breaks. He'll call me when he gets off. Then if he has to like go work out or something, he'll like call me right after. It's, you know, it's so funny, but like, I'm usually just doing projects so I can chit chat typically. But it's like, if I have to watch a movie or film for a couple hours, I'll like have to tell him so he doesn't call me. So anybody else's like significant other like that, because I was not used to this before, let me tell you that. So Friday I slept in. That bunny is from Papershire. Am I a whole day behind now? Oh my god, okay. I had a mocha, which I always do on the weekends now. I just have normal coffee during the week, and then mochas are my special weekend treat because I do peppermint in them. It's a mug from Papershire. And then this girl from New Creations marks this like at-home laser hair removal device that I've been using that I swear to god has not been working. So I need to like get a refund on that, but I really wished it had worked because now my only option is like the really expensive laser hair removal treatments like at a salon or something, and I was trying to avoid that, but I have to. anyways, I marked watching TV with a TV from, I think, Once More with Love. I watched another episode of BoJack Horseman. I'm trying to catch up on season 6, which is, I think, the latest season. I did an Instagram post for my giveaway. That sticker is from Stick with the Plan Co. I think the character is Squidge. And then I did some budgeting, so I'm using this sticker from Fox and Cactus where the cat is like crying at his empty wallet, which is totally me. And then I edited my plan with me. That edit sticker or icon is from the Prey Planner. Did a voiceover. That sticker's from Wonton in a Million. I filmed half of the plan with me because I usually do half at once. And that filming camera is also from the Prey Planner. And then I marked the Harry Potter 20th anniversary special, which was lovely, and I was like crying the whole time. It was so sweet. And that's a sticker from Sweet Ava's paper for that. So that's how that looks over the movie marquee underlay, which I think turned out pretty good. I gotta say, pretty good. Yep, those lightning bolts really do kind of frame it, but I don't know. I feel like a different design might have been better, but the thing about lightning bolts is that they're so radial. Like, they're really good for like radial symmetry, as you can see from the mandalas. So I was like, what else am I going to use? But yeah, it's just an experiment. We'll try different designs for that. But I do like the fact that it's just different. Like, it's a different design for that part of the underlay, which is what I wanted. Saturday. Okay, so I marked my boyfriend sleeping in with me, but he didn't sleep over the night before. So I think this was when he was like out with his friends, and then he didn't want to, like, he was on my side of town, so he didn't want to drive 30 minutes to his house after they had been drinking a little bit. So he just came over to my house, which is really close, and he spent the night there. So he didn't, I guess, yeah, he came in like the early hours in the morning, so only I marked sleeping in. But yeah, it was sweet that he did that. So that sticker's from Happy Dea. My friend Jess called me from work that morning because I guess my opener didn't come in, my backup opener. So they were kind of panicking without me. That phone is from Sugar Pop Fizz. I also called my grandma that day. That phone is from, I think, Crafty Planner Co. And then I played more Diner Dash. I just used a video game emoji for that. So I kind of did marked stuff out of order, but yeah, my boyfriend like stayed with me that morning, and we went and got breakfast from McDonald's. We have like a tradition of getting McGriddles and coffee from McDonald's, and hash browns always. We get the same thing. We're kind of obsessed. But yeah, that's a sticker from Papershire for that. And then we took it back to my house, and then we have like a little picnic table in the backyard. So we had a little backyard picnic with our breakfast, super cute. My picnic sticker is from, I want to say Fox and Cactus. I think it's new. And yeah, so when he left for work, I washed my hair. That girl's from Paper Dolls Co. Recorded a voiceover. That is an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. I edited photos. That girl's from Stick with the Plan Co. I did some designing of foil, I think. A sticker from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I made boba, which is so lovely. So that's a Happy Day sticker for that. I think this is like the first time that I'm starting to mark boba, and I'm so happy about it. So Sunday, the first thing that I marked on the third box was meal prep. That is a newer sticker from Happy Day. I got so much from Happy Day. I'm just like using all of it, as you can see. I marked work with a calculator from Mini Creations. Marked reading with a book from Fox and Cactus. I watched The Office. That Pam sticker is from Papershire. That's Vanilla dressed as Pam, which is funny because like right before recording this voiceover, I actually am watching the wedding episode of Pam and Jim. So like seeing Pam as a little Vanilla, just like, oh, makes me cry. So more Diner Dash, marked the same way as before with the red DS. And then I took a nap. That is another new sticker from Happy Dea. I did more designing. I think that laptop is from Fox and Cactus, but I really don't know. And then my boyfriend slept over that night again. That's another Happy Dea sticker. That's a good way of marking that. Like, I think I have to separate sleepover into 2 lines if I'm going to use like wider stickers like that. So when I make new scripts for that, I'm going to have to remember that. Anyway, and then he brought me Taco Bell. He's obsessed with Taco Bell, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I'll eat it because like I'll eat anything, but it's his favorite more than my favorite. But he loves it. So I'm glad I had this Taco Bell sheet, which was I think like a grab bag misfit freebie sheet basically from Crafty Planner Co. So I kept it because I knew I would need it for a certain somebody in my life who loves Taco Bell. Sorry for all you Taco Bell fans, but I mean, it's okay. But I want a chicken sandwich from Popeyes or a McGriddle from McDonald's, and that is it. That's all I want. But yeah, so that is it. That is the spread. You're getting to see all of the deco and my handwriting. Like, I swear it's so funny because when I do the deco part of like spreads without custom foil, it takes me like 10 minutes, like literally 10 minutes at most. But when I have all of this custom deco to put down, oh my god, it takes me like over an hour. And I'm not mad because like I love the process of like putting down deco everywhere. But let me tell you, it was a lot easier with the last spread that I did, the Coraline spread, than this spread, because I just like, I don't know, I didn't really leave myself enough room to decorate. I didn't use nearly as many half boxes or even like third boxes. There just was not a lot of room for decoration, and like all the, you know, full boxes, they already had a ton of like deco and clip art in them, so like I couldn't be as creative. I don't know, it was just harder, but like that's fine. I mean, I have the pieces, so like you can use them for your Harry Potter kits, like whichever ones you have, and I can use them for my 50 other Harry Potter kits. Like, just because they don't necessarily work super well with this spread, or at least using a lot of them with this kit, like they can still be used for other kits, which is why I like that I made so many, you know, versatile elements, because it's the Harry Potter collection. It's not necessarily the, you know, Muggle Magic kit Harry Potter collection, but yeah, it's, you know, it's just an experiment again. But I don't know, I kind of liked it because the kit already had like string lights, hanging string lights in it, so it just kind of, I was accentuating that with my own foiled string lights, but it just kind of looks overwhelming in parts. But I mean, ultimately I like having it in, you know, the top deco section, because that kind of is fun. So like there's places where it looks good, and like the bigger one that I did over the double box, like there's situations where it can look good, and the double box scene as well, but it was kind of a lot. Anyways, I'm still really happy with it. Like, I like the look of the spread. I think I did good on the bottom washi. The confetti bottom washi strip for like the 5mm, first of all, it was not correctly sized, which I just realized I forgot, but it also like is really hard to see it over the glitter strip, so that's another thing to keep in mind, you know, if you're getting that. It is a little hard to see unless you look at it at like a very certain angle, but like, I don't know, I personally don't mind that. I'm still gonna offer it. But yeah, I think the other two bottom washis look real good, so I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with the bougie boxes and just underlays in general. Tons of deco options, like with the snitches and the lightning bolts and the little owls, and I love the little Harry Potter guys on brooms like flying everywhere. They're really fun to add in. So yeah, there's just, and the little deco clusters, there's a lot to go crazy with. You can use it sparingly if you want. My spreads are always going to be an example of like the most maximalist way you could possibly use these foil sets, like, because I'm just going to add all of it in. That's me. That's how I like to operate. If there is a single shred or tiny like pixel basically of blank space in a spread, I will cover it with foil. Like, I have to. That's just how I operate. So it's kind of dangerous that I bought all this foil for myself, but yeah, that's kind of how I want to do it. So yeah, this is an example of how that looks over a kit that is already very busy. Previous week, the Coraline week, is an example of how it looks over a kit that is very empty. So you can kind of see that and compare and kind of pick what you want to do for your own spreads if you buy this foil. And yeah, and also these spreads are an example of experimentation and process, like the sizing and new elements, like the third box and fancy label overlays and stuff like that. And of course the underlays and everything. So you'll get to see that stuff like pretty much live before you get to decide whether you want to buy that sort of thing or not. So it's kind of fun that way. I'm kind of the guinea pig, but again, I love being maximalist about it. So there is that. And you know, you can also use this for more minimal type spreads again. Like, this is all going to be a la carte, so you can just buy whatever you want, leave whatever you want, use whatever you want, save it for later, do whatever you would like. And I'll be really excited to see how y'all use it. I'm not really giving specific time frames in this video because I don't know for sure when it's going to go up, but I am recording this on Super Bowl day, and I am currently working on revamping my website. I don't know how long it's going to take to get listings up. That's the thing, is that might take a lot longer than just redesigning the website. But I intend to work on that all of this week while I'm also trying to catch up on spreads. So it's going to be a little bit later than I initially projected, but soon it will be available for you guys, and there will be tons of announcement details when that happens. Yeah, I haven't had time to work on the next set either, but I've got a couple ideas for upcoming sets. So stay tuned. So that is it for this really long video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be magical. And I will see you in my next spread. In my next video. Well, in my next spread too. Ciao, ciao.